他们要贴，他们为什么贴进去呢？就是主要是因为他们希望 get a clear indication if Chinese Americans going to actually support their own films。这个电影呢 ，ICVM International Christian Film 最大奖去年。我这个trailer 呢，我就不放了。Actually 我今天试一下啊，我来试一下。这个有个新的 trailer， 大家很多人都没看过，我看能不能直接 online 调出来啊。我看一下，然后呢，我要再 share 一下，I'll share again。陈医师看到了吗？
我看到了。
OK， 所以今天的华二代会看得很有感兴趣。This is the NG Studio 是 homepage。If you go up to the left upper corner， 陈医师看到我的 cursor 在动来动去吗？
对，在动来动去。
往那去到右上 New Releases， you click，and you will see those new films that come upcoming。And 它现在呢，这个电影呢是这个 upcoming 是 Parson Trott and Hoffer upcoming releases。我看。他们今天这个是怎么 site 到哪儿去了？我看看啊。After that， 这些他们以前 release 的电影啊。那我们现在看 Angel.com， 大概他们在 build the site 吧。OK，watch， 我看 watch 有看到。这个是目前的电影。OK，site。site 呢？你看这个电影 site 啊，它是这是新的一个版本的一个界面。我们现在看一个这个 official webs， 这个 official trailer 啊，这个是全美国各地现在已经差不多probably over 500,000 views right now。所以大家看一下啊，这最新的。陈博士听到看到吗？
我看得到，听得到。
好，大家把电脑可以声音打响一点啊。
The doctor, they say, who can work miracles.
Hello, Kajal.
Street beggars make more money if they're legitimately blind. So the stepmother poured sulfuric acid in each of her eyes.
Maybe 1% of vision remains. There's no chance to save it. She reminds me of Lily.
I know as long as we are together, we'll be okay. I will always protect you.
There is some part of me that thinks if I can help Kajal out of the dark, maybe...
Let's take her! No!
I can help Lily out of hers.
You cannot change the past, Ming.
She doesn't deserve to suffer anymore.
Thought you said it was impossible.
I have to succeed.
I'm with you, Ming.
There's some things in the past that I can't get over.
Who says you have to get over them?
I'm Dr. Mingxu Wang. This powerful new movie from NG Studios tells the story of patience that brought me out of darkness and taught me to see again. All of us are a little broken, but by sharing stories with each other, we can come to heal together. Because there's more to life than what we see. Invite your family and friends and share the gift of sight. Sight is in theaters starting May 24th, Memorial Day weekend. Click the link below or visit angel.com/sight to pre-order your tickets, because there's more to life than what we see.
这是最新的这个 trailer 啊。Now I'm gonna go back to 这个我的这个 slide。OK，陈医师，我再重新 share 一下啊。share screen，OK，好。陈医师看到吧？
我看到，我刚刚吴博士打电话。
OK，
在机上
没事，好。所以呢 as I said, this film won the award. We have taken the film across the United States, creating a national movement. 大家可以拍张照，知道我们将去哪些地方。左边是去过的，中间是准备去的啊，所以大家可以拍张照。We call this National Sight Show Movement, Telling Our Story Movement. As I said, the tickets available at this time at special price for only 48 hours, $5 instead of 15. So if you're going to buy whatever tickets you want to buy for sight, buy them now, because it will be never this inexpensive ever. Site opening Friday, May 24th night, Memorial Day weekend in Asian Heritage Month is the single most important and make or break night for site. 在5月24号周五 site opening night， 华人有个非常珍贵并有历史意义的机会， i.e. by doing just one thing that night, seeing this beautiful, powerful Chinese American immigrant film site, and bringing as many families and friends as we can. Together, we can send a message to America that Chinese Americans are important and we do contribute to this country. 现在这个 special deal 呢是48 hours before this special $5 sale ends Wednesday. So at this particular site, angio.com/site. The success or failure of this $5 pre-sale will determine how much Angio Studio will put money behind promoting site, therefore determine the overall success of this film. 这个我今天不花很多时间讲，大家那个 host meeting 在in about 35 minutes, we're going to host meeting. I will talk about every area Chinese Americans. We have goals. Bronze level, that means quarter of our Chinese population in our city. Tickets. So, Chen Yi, mute everyone except me if you can, please. Silver is 50% of Chinese population, and gold is 100%. 如果你本身有1000个 Chinese Americans, so that's 1,000 tickets. That's the goal. So we want to show Hollywood we do matter. 事半功倍呢，我有很多 pro 啊。今天呢讲的从第16到第20。那么前面一些呢，我很快去 review 一下。The first pro, in partnership, the person is more important than the project. In partnership, who your partner is more important than what you will be doing together. Examine the character of a potential partner before entering into a business relationship with him or her. With the right partner, you may be able to do the right thing. However, with the wrong partner, you may never be able to do the right thing. 这很重要，这个人比事情更重要。但是在另外一种情况下，事情比人更重要。In solving a problem, the matter is more important than the person. When addressing a problem, you should not focus on the personal attributes of the individual who made the mistake. If you do, you will place the focus on the person, him or herself, which may incite his or her ego and create an emotional barrier that could cause him or her to never be able to see the issue itself. Therefore, you should focus on the issues instead of the person. The goal is to solve the problem and improve the system, not to blame a particular person. 这我们都有经验啊，做人就说有时候在另外一种情况下，你要 focus on the matter issue， 不应该 person。 第三个 Pro, life is two-way street. If you need someone to assist you with your project, you first need to do everything you can to help that person with his or her project. Then he or she will be more inclined to help you with yours. A person who always wants to just take but not give will never be successful. 这一点我特别对今天的华二代讲一下啊，这一点非常重要。我发现以前在读书时候，我发现有的学生他们成绩很好，老师对他们很好，我就有点感觉到有点嫉妒啊。我说为什么这老师对这几个学生那么好啊？special care 啊。后来我就观察他们，我跟你讲，我的事半功倍都是我观察比我更聪明的学生学来的。我发现这些几个学生，他们有一个诀窍，什么呢？Because 老师和学生是一个 asymmetric relationship 啊，老师在上面，学生在下面。As a student, 华二代今天啊 ，you always need favor from your teacher. Okay, if your teacher likes you, you may get a better grade, you may get better project and all that, 对不对？ But you really cannot offer anything to the teacher. So the point is, when there is an opportunity to help the teacher, you should jump at it. Because you don't get that opportunity to help the teacher very often. Okay? 因为 you're below, 这个 teacher 在上面，你在下面。所以给你举个例子，有一个同学，他呢，老师很喜欢他，我就观察他。有一次老师到教室忘了那个 coffee， 结果这个同学很主动，就跑到走廊里to get a cup of coffee for the teacher. So that's one rare opportunity you can help teacher. Please do. Okay? Life is two-way. 很多华二代犯这个错误。Yeah, if I'm a good student, 我的这个鼻子就很高，我就很傲气。No， 如果你很傲气，老师不会给你特殊照顾的，也不会对你特别好的。OK， 只有 humble， 多帮老师一些事情 ，you'll get on the good side of the teacher. Number 4, make it easy for others to help you. If you need help with your project, you need to first accomplish as much as you can yourself. Do not be lazy. If the person from whom you need to help sees that you truly care about your own project, then you have already done as much as you can yourself before you ask for help, he or she may be more willing to assist you. Furthermore, the more you have done yourself for your own project prior to asking for help, the less he or she will have to do. So therefore, the easier it will be for him or her to do to help you. 这个对华二代很重要啊。有时候你要叫个同学帮助你这个 project， 经常华二代犯个错误呢，就是自己很懒惰啊，就叫同学做。No, you're not gonna get help. You have to know, like, 如果你要叫人家帮助你一件事情，你自己必须首先做的越多越好。The more you do, the more serious you have shown that you're serious about your own project. And the more you do, the lesser your friend has to do. Therefore, more likely your friend will help you. Number 5, why I'm here today. Whatever you're doing, always be willing to step back for a moment, look at the whole situation, and ask yourself this key question. Ultimately, what is the real reason or purpose of me being here today? 这我以前啊，对所有华二代说，我以前在读书时候有段时间就是忙了不亦乐乎，搞了半天 I forgot why I'm doing it。这是人的本性啊，所以这个77点这个 Pro 都是 fighting human nature。human nature 使得我们不够有效率啊，所以呢，我77点都是 fighting human innate natural tendency。我们的 tendency 呢，就 jumping doing something without thinking。搞了一半呢，忙了半天还不知道 why I'm doing this. Always step back, ask why you're doing this. Why? What's the real reason? If you're not clear, you should stop. Figure out what your real reason you're doing this scientific project. Then you move on. Number 6, identify the number one task. When faced with many challenges, rank them in order of importance, so you can devote most of your attention to the number one task. 这句话很重要。The ability to rank is at the heart, at the core of the human experience. 对华二代来说，我年纪比你们大多了。So what do I have to show after being on this earth for 63 years? Well, the only thing that I can show to you, 华二代, is I've been here, I've done that. I know a little bit better what's important, what is not important. So in other words, I have better ability to rank, prioritizing. 所以做一个人来说呢， we have to constantly, conscientiously prioritizing. 在做5件事情、5个功课、5样事情，要想想哪个最重要。Focus energy on that. The ability to rank. 能不能 prioritize? 这个能力 is at the core of the human experience. 作为人呐，一辈子，这是一个 at the core of our existence. Can we rank the challenges that we face? Number 7, apply logic to everything you do. Apply logic to everything you do, whether it's big or small, and ask yourself this question. Does it actually make logical sense? And how can I more logically solve this problem? 什么意思呢？我发现人总是 emotional animal， 90% 是一个 emotional elephant， 只有 top 10% a logical elephant rider。我们人，我们是一个理性的动物 ，far from it。我们人是一个感性的动物 ，90% of us 是感性的。我们经常会在说，哎呀 ，I did that, I don't know why I did that. Well, it's true, I did that, and it's also true, I have no idea why I did it, because I did it based on emotion. 好，所以这个什么意思呢？特别或华二代，你做什么？学校叫你做一个工作 project 什么东西啊？There's a prior established way of doing it. Do not assume this established way of doing it is logical. In fact, most of the time it's not logical. People have been doing that forever that way because they feel like it. So if you recognize that and are willing to apply logic, reasoning, you will be able to help improve the process itself. Pro 8, check things orthogonally. When you check something for accuracy, try not to use the same method that you used to obtain your initial result to begin with. Because if there was an error with that method, you will likely make the same mistake again. You're much more likely to catch an error if you use a completely different and unrelated orthogonal in logic method the second time. 这跟华二代讲，我以前读数学时候，我发现啊，如果考试时候呢 ，if I check my answer with the same method, I will never catch my mistake, because wherever I make mistake, I will make the same mistake and the same step. 所以我就逐步我就 train myself a new ability. 我在检查一道数学题的时候，考试的时候，我不用同样的方法去检查，我用一个完全不相干的方法去检查。OK， 然后呢 ，I'll get my result. For example, 3加5等于8。If you check again, 3加5是不是等于8 ？Well, if you made a mistake, you made a mistake again. OK， 但是如果你用个不同的办法来 check your result, instead of 3加5等于8，你拿8减去3，是不是得到5 ？OK， 用 different method to check, you're more likely to catch the mistake. Orthogonal, meaning logically unrelated method. Pro 9, focus on content before form. Content is more important than form, and substance is more important than formality. 这个是人的一种习惯啊，在原始社会时候，一个高大的人、壮的人，他就是 more likely to survive confiding the animals. So human being has evolved, so we end up paying attention to the outside of a person rather than paying attention to the inside. 这是 human nature. So once we recognize that, 我们经常做工作，不管是华二代做作业呢，还是华一代我们工作， we always ask yourself question that form is less important. What is the idea here? What is the substance? What is the message? OK, 给你举个例子，这个电影 Side， 人家很多说 ，if you focus on formality， 你可以说哦，这个电影是一个华人的一代一个移民的医生的故事啦，他做了一些 medical charity 啦，去帮助一些盲人孤儿小孩。Fine, that is the story. But more important than the story, the format, is the message. So what is we trying to tell the world through this film? 所以这个 story 是一个 formality, okay? It doesn't really matter if it's a 医生或者是一个a scientist, right? The message is more important. Then you say, okay, Dr. Wang, 那个电影赛，既然这个 formality is the story of the doctor helping blind orphan children, okay? But what is the message? Well, the content, the message is this. Tomorrow, 4月2号，礼拜二，美东时间8点钟，也就是美中时间7点钟，我专门会给华二代做一个叫做 a purpose-driven life, a purpose-driven life. 因为华二代的生活都比我们华一代好多了，所以呢 ，the only way human being can learn is to experience. 但是我们不可能把华二代 throw them back into poverty. 那怎么样让他们有 experience 呢？然后 become more motivated without having to suffer. That is a major challenge. Okay? 所以呢 in the process of meeting that challenge, we need to recognize that it is the substance, the content is more important than form. 那么你说王医师，你这个电影这个 form 是一个 story of a doctor helping blind orphan children, but what is the idea? The idea is through the story of a Chinese immigrant helping America medical charity work. The idea is Chinese Americans are important. Chinese Americans do contribute to this country. That is the idea. That is the content. The story, the doctor, all these are formality. They're just the forms. So distinguish form from substance. Recognize substance more important. Any project, if you're going to do as 华二代或者华一代, always ask yourself, why I'm doing it. 因为每个人有三个 level. Why I'm doing it, what am I doing, and how do I do it? Why, what, how. Why is the most important. We often skip the why. So I'll go back. Ask yourself, what is the substance? What to do and how you do it, these are formalities. Number 10, focus on only what you do and things that you can control. Don't worry about what others do. Focus only on what you yourself can do. Do not waste any time on things that are not under your control. Focus only on things that you can do and change. 人的本性不是这样的。人的本性 always focus on things that we cannot control. 那你说王医师，举个例子啊，经常说，你这次考试考怎么样了？哎呀，不行啊，因为张三考得很好，李四考的这次特别好，你看我这就不好。This is human nature. Always focus on things we cannot control. Why we do that? That's because 人 don't want to be blamed for our own fault. 如果我考试考得不好，因为张三考得更好，李四考得更 exceptional, then it's not my fault. Just they have done better. 所以这个 pro number 10 is to overcome an important human nature. That is, focus what you do yourself. Don't worry about what others do. You cannot change them anyway. 在今天的 audience 就有几位朋友，包括比如说王明辉啊，他是我的好朋友，在纽约，他是一个 angel site 的 volunteer， 他在 Stony Brook University 做 IT。我们基本上每天都有通话，就为这个 side project volunteer work 啊。林辉就听了我经常讲，我们不管谈什么事情 ，I always hold us back, and I always say, well, 林辉 this is what others can do, but can we just go back? Just focus on what we do. As long as I have done my best, I'm happy. For example, 林辉跟我有一个 experience， 在几个礼拜以前，我们去纽约，我们要去做一个电影的 show。那个 host 说 ，Well, everything has to be done by 9 p.m. 后来我们发现，他们6点半开门还要吃饭，结果等到开始时间不够，我电影放好以后，我要给我的 message Q&A 就没有时间。后来我就跟其中我们梯队一位这个 team member 说，Well, we are not going to have time after 这个 9 o'clock 啊，他们如果关门的话，这个 team member 说 ，Yeah, you know, they told us 9 o'clock. 我说 ，Did you ask? And the person told me, Well, don't need to ask. They already told us 9 o'clock. I said, Did you ask? And the person said, They told us 9 o'clock. What's the need to ask? Then ask again. I ask again, Did you ask? I mean, I have no control. The host, 他们要9点关，9点15分关。It's not my business. I cannot control, but I want at least I do my part. At least ask. I will always respect the host, whatever they decide to do, but I do not want to be lazy. I want to ask. So this team member said, Dr. Wang, you're going to waste your time. They told you 9 o'clock. I said, because we have not asked, did not explain why we need the time after film, I'm going to ask. I have no control of the host behavior. I control of my own behavior. I will ask. And the team member said, sure, you go ask. You're not going to get anywhere because they already said 9 o'clock. I said, but you did not ask. Okay, so the team member said, walk away, say, you're wasting your time, Dr. Wang. I don't believe it. 我把那个 host 叫来，我就把整个问题解释一下。我说呢，按照这个 schedule 呢，到9点电影就放完，我们就必须离开。那我每次完都有些 Q&A 啊 message 很重要，跟观众互动。结果 you know what happened? The host asked me. The host said, Dr. Wang, why do you need to do the 互动？我说这互动很重要。Give people the opportunity to share with me how they feel about the movie. Okay? I'm here to interact with my audience. If I don't get a chance to interact with my audience, well, I need to be here. I'm busy. Surgeon in Tennessee. I travel all the way to New York. 结果呢，我说 Of course, I will submit to you your will, host. If you say 9 o'clock, this, drop that, I will drop that. No problem. But at least I want to give you the benefit of knowing why I need that 15, 20, 30 minutes time 互动. After I give the host, number one, the benefit of doubt, let the host know why I need that Q&A time. Second, I show my respect to the host by saying, you make the call though. I just make a wishful request, that's all. 结果 you know what host said? The host said, well, Dr. Wang, listen, I'm happy to change a little bit because if I stay behind, clean up the room, I think the building will let me leave the building at 9:30. So go ahead. Do your Q&A after film from 9 to 9:30. That's fine. You see, the lesson that I've learned is always focus on what you can do. 人的特点就是说 focus on what others do. 哎呀，这个 host 不会同意的。他说9 o'clock 啊。I said, did you focus on what you do yourself? Did you ask? 哦，没有必要讲，他们就9 o'clock. Did you do your best? Did you ask? I'm not saying we're gonna disobey the host, but were you lazy? Didn't even ask. Did not even explain. Okay? 这
对
example
我是林辉，能听见我吗？
啊，您说。
对，我也是想就是就 second your opinion。对，我也是从王医生这儿学到很多这种就是不光是对这个电影，就是说对很多事情的这种处理方法什么的，就这个是很重要，就是 never assume, like always ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. 然后就像王医生刚才说的那个例子，就是你能得到你意想不到的结果 if you ask. But first thing you need to ask. And also another thing I want to say is like Dr. Wang said, you cannot change or control other people. The only thing you can control and do is focus on yourself, what you can do. I have been asking like Dr. Wang, why you're always so happy? And he said, because I'm only focusing on what I can do. I don't mind like as long as I deliver my message to other people, what other people do, like I cannot control. But I did what I can do, and then I'm happy, I'm accomplished. So I think all of this are very inspiring and also will help you on every aspect of your life. Yeah, Dr. Wang is really a very good mentor for a lot of people, especially like for young people.
谢谢林辉。刚才林辉讲这个第二点，就是 that's the answer that I posed early. Why I'm always happy 99% of the time, even though half the things I do, just like what you all do, don't work, right? Everybody. I'm not better or worse. I'm just different human being compared with all of you. 比如说今天晚上我辛辛苦苦就是认认真真兢兢业业把刚才这个 Pro 10跟咱们都讲，特别是华二代。I am not concerned if 今天来的华二代的几位同学们有没有听进去，有没有去做 ，because I cannot control that. I only control what I do. That means I do my ultimate best in teaching this Pro 10 through that example. Even if 今天有个华二代听了以后不以为然，说 Dr. Wang, this is bullshit. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not unhappy. Why? Because my happiness does not depend on the result. Let me repeat. My happiness does not depend on the result. My happiness depends on if I have done my best. This is a dramatic fundamental change of definition of happiness that I've intentionally trained myself. That's why I'm happy 99% of the time, even though 50% of the time I fail in what I do, just like you fail 50% of the things you as well. But lots of people, 50% of the time, they're depressed because their happiness is built upon result. The other thing is, 林慧也讲的，就是说 do not assume. 做一个人吧，每个人都不一样。我们有个 tendency, we assume other will think the same way or do the same thing. This is totally wrong. 为什么呢？另外一个人有不同的 life experience. 我们人对世界的观点是 based on life experience. 另外的人他有不同的逻辑思维。So human beings' natural tendency to assume about others is the single biggest factor for wars, for bloodsheds, for human beings killing each other, all the dramas, all the tragedies, because human beings assume what others based on this person's own life experience and logical thinking ability. So don't assume. If you have any need, 今天华二代华一代一样，如果你想知道一个朋友他到底怎么想，不要去 assume, just ask. You'll be surprised most of the time. They are not what you're thinking. But on the other side, because we assume most of the time, they result in 很多误解、战争、killing, the invasion, death around the world, millennials, because humans' natural tendency to assume. Do not assume. 11, learn from others' mistakes. Learn from others' mistakes, the mistakes of others. So hopefully you won't have to make the same mistakes yourself. 这个是一个说说容易，做做很难的事情。特别是华二代的话 ，you have not suffered. So it's hard for you to see some of the things you should not do, some things you should do, because you have not suffered the consequence of doing the wrong thing. The most brilliant human beings are those less than 1% of us who actually do not need to make mistake to learn. 所以我今天给华二代的这个希望是什么呢？ Watch 那些年纪比你大一些的人，看爸爸妈妈怎么做事情，哥哥姐姐怎么做事情，一些比较年纪大的一些老师怎么做事情。In the hope that 你能不能不要去犯那些错误，而学到他们在人生学到的东西。如果你能够做到这一点，我担保你，你这个华二代这个学生是 absolutely is going to be on the top, because most of us have to actually make the mistake ourselves in order to learn. Pro 12, stay focused on the point. Don't be distracted by examples people use. Always keep your focus on the issue itself. 人是很有意思的，经常不 focus 的。人家说什么什么，然后举个例子啊，就脚踩西瓜皮，就滑到什么地方都不知道。In order 这个我们今天讲事半功倍。In order to be efficient, stay on the point, stay on the 论点，不要轻易被论据给它 distract 掉。这很重要。以前有时候我说，哎，这个飞机比汽车快，飞机每秒300 miles per hour， 汽车 70 80 miles per hour。结果我一个那个朋友他不那么逻辑，他这个 Pro 12没有学好，他就被那个 example 我讲的那个多少 mile 这个 example distracted。他说啊，王医师没有，现在汽车有可以开95个 mile 了。Totally missed my point. I'm not talking about car is 85 miles and 90 miles. I'm talking about airplanes are usually faster than cars. That's my point. So he is distracted by the example. So it's a human tendency. Don't do that. 13, don't try to change someone else. Adapt and change yourself. You cannot change another person anyway, but you can change yourself. Your ideal work partner should be someone who at the onset already possesses many attributes that will enable you to work well together. If adjustments are needed, after you begin working together, adapt and change yourself. 这是另外一个人。我刚刚讲人有很多 tendency。第一个我今天讲过是 assume， 第二个呢是 based on 我们应不应该 happy based on result， 是不是这个事情能做成功？这两个都是很不好的人的一个习惯。第三个呢，人的习惯就是 we always want to change someone else， 对别人马列主义，对自己自由主义。我63岁了，我发现 I cannot change anyone else except myself。我喜欢狗， 我太太喜欢猫 ，so I fought against it. I want to have a dog, and I didn't care about the cats. She's got 5 cats. Spaghetti, Lily, these are the names of the cats. But I realized I can't change her. She loves cats. So what I did, I started changing myself. I learned how to like cats. I still don't quite like it to this day because cat doesn't answer you. You know, dogs answer you, but cats doesn't. I like, animal that listen, responds to me. But I need to learn to change myself, adapt to my wife because we're together. 14, success is measured by effort, not by result. 这个我刚才讲过了。你要是能够这些华二代 ，if you ask me one thing, Dr. Wang, just tell me one thing today. I'll be from today onwards, I'll be more successful and happier. This will be it. Pearl 14. Fundamentally change your measure of success and happiness, not by the result. 不要从客观的结果来决定你是不是应该 happy, but by subjectively 主观的 effort. 我人生这一点是一直在训练自己，还没有 perfect， 还有很多问题，但是 I constantly drive myself towards this goal, so that even if I fail in many things, when I look back, if I done my best, I'm happy. But because this dramatic change of definition of happiness itself, I end up doing better and better. Why? Because of human nature. All of us wants to be happy, 对不对？那么既然 want to be happy, I want to look back of everything I've done being happy. So when I'm doing it, I always end up doing better. More working hard because I want to look back later to be happy. 所以这个是个 positive reinforcement. 15. People will do what others have done in a similar situation. If you want someone to do something, first try to identify and convey to him or her what others in a similar situation have done previously. Since people generally feel more comfortable doing something which has been done by others who have been in their shoes. 人有羊群心理，你要跟一个人讲话以前，你要希望你这个朋友做某个事情的话，你要做一些 homework， 然后发现另外一些朋友在 similar shoes 时候呢，做了那样事情，这样你这个朋友会比较愿意做，因为 nobody wants to take a risk to do something the person has never done. OK， 好，今天我就讲到这里，这个事半功倍的 Pearl， 然后 I want to conclude, I have more to tell you the next 事半功倍 ，next 事半功倍，看一下，4月25号7点半，大家拍张照 ，That's the next one. And I also do another Zoom. It's called Bible Zoom. 是 Cite the movie The Bible Messages. 所以下一个呢，每个月一次是4月15号 Monday at 7:30. 我来改一下这个 Monday 是小写的。
王医生，4月25号是星期四。
OK， 我看一下啊。
你刚才写的那个是 Tuesday， 不对的。
OK， 4月25号，
刚才前面讲对。
Yes, yes. Thursday, you're absolutely right. OK， 好，4月25号是 Thursday， 然后呢，这个是大家拍张照。This is the next 事半功倍 Zoom。
把 email 给我，我也会发到邮件里头。
大家 new attendees， 今天 you've been in the 事半功倍 Zoom for the first time. Please go ahead, put your name, email address, and the cell phone number in the chat room. 这样子呢，陈医师会 keep you on the list, let you know if there's a change in the schedule. 同时在 chat room 大家会看到，我把我明天4月2号美东时间8点钟专门为华二代做的一个讲座，叫做 The Purpose Driven life， 怎么样激励华二代把生活的目标定得高一点。但是明天4月2号礼拜二晚上美东时间8点，这个我已经把那个 information 放在那个 chat room 那个 Zoom number 等等，没有 password。同时呢，那个其他一些 information， 我的 contact information 也在 chat room。Bible study 呢是4月15号 Monday 7点30分。最后呢，大家已经拍了照，有什么问题的话，有关眼科可以 email me， 左下角是我的 email address。刚才讲这个电影，现在有个 special opportunity for the next 48 hours. That will be it. That is it. 48 hours, you can get ticket at $5 instead of $15. So whatever tickets you want to buy to support 这个华人第一代的破冰之旅移民故事，在美国主流媒介的破冰之旅 ，whatever tickets you plan to buy for sight, buy all of them now. 在右下角是这个 company 的 buying ticket 的 link, anju.com/site. 刚刚这电影讲了拿了世界最大奖，然后 we are creating a movement to encourage Chinese Americans, 包括华二代 to stand up, speak up, and tell our story, to let America know the contribution we have made to America. 大家已经拍过照 early. We're going to go into Boston, San Diego. On the left is all the places we've been to. This is unprecedented in US history, this national film tour as such. Again, this film won all kinds of awards, as you see. And once again, the site opening Friday night, Memorial Day weekend in Asian Heritage Month is the single most important and make or break night for site. 在5月24号礼拜五 site opening night, 华人有个非常珍贵并有历史意义的机会 namely by doing just one thing that night, seeing this beautiful, powerful Chinese American immigrant film, and also bring as many friends and family as you can. Bring American friends to let them know what we have done for this country. Together, we can send a message to America that Chinese Americans are important and Chinese Americans do contribute to this country. Finally, 48 hours. The pre-sale is what we mean, the $5 pre-sale will end most likely April 3rd, Wednesday. So there's, before it ends, so the $5 pre-sale will likely end on May 20, the April 3rd. So 这个是 pre-sale, a huge saving of that at 这个 will likely end at 这个 $5 pre-sale, a huge saving of 67% off at 这个 site link will likely end on April 3rd, Wednesday. The success or failure of this $5 pre-sale will determine how much the film studio will put money behind this Chinese American film. Okay, 所以这个是 40 hours. Our goal, whatever the population in your city, the Chinese Americans, at least achieve quarter of them, at least get that one ticket. If one get 20 tickets, you're taking care of 19 other Chinese Americans' responsibility. Silver is 50%, gold is 100%. Okay, so I want to end this session and everybody's invited to stay on. We're going to jump right into the host meeting. 谢谢陈医师，我现在准备把这个关掉，然后把那 host meeting 的PPT 打开。
我要录像要继续还是关掉？
你就关掉吧，因为
我把录像关掉。
对，录像关掉，然后呢，下一个
我
录像打开，因为这个下一个是要以后 host 会 ask for it，他们说
好，那下一个我也把录像打开是吧？
对对，so
我
go
先关
ahead，
掉这个，然后下一个开始我再开
对
是不是？
，so go ahead and start，yeah，go ahead and start，
啊，
嗯哼。